Good morning. Hello, everybody. I would like to welcome you all to today's webinar. This morning, I'm going to look at the DCU MSc in International Accounting and Business. And some of you may be more familiar with the program code DC526. So just to give you a little bit of background in relation to myself, my name is Dr. Breed Murphy. I am the Program Director for the MSc in International Accounting and Business, and I've also been involved in teaching accounting and business in the DCU Business School for a good number of years. So I'm an assistant professor in accounting within the DCU Business School. For those of you who may not be entirely familiar with DCU, I'm just going to give you first of all a little bit of background in relation to the university. So DCU, as the name suggests, is located in Dublin. Dublin is a vibrant, multicultural, English-speaking EU capital city. And the university is located very, very close to the city centre, but also about 5 minutes away from Dublin Airport. So access is very, very good. We're one of the top young universities in the world. This year we celebrate our 40th year, and we're very, very proud of everything we've achieved and the profile we have built during this time. One of the things we're most proud of, as evidenced by our recent ranking as 19th in the world, is our employability for our graduates. And this is something that we have worked hard to achieve, and we work very closely with our students in our career service to ensure that we maintain this ranking. To this end, we're globally recognized as a University of Enterprise. This means that we have very, very strong links, not only with the research and scholarly and teaching community, but also with industry partners and stakeholders nationally and internationally. We're specific then to the DCU Business School. The DCU Business School is a top-ranked, internationally accredited business school. We have achieved AMBA accreditation for our MBA program, and we are also ranked in the top 5% of business schools globally, having achieved AACSB accreditation. Our mission is to educate our students to become leaders and professionals in a global marketplace, whether that be in Ireland or elsewhere. We do this through a combination of teaching, research and industry engagement, and ultimately we hope that our students will become graduates who can actively contribute to their workplace, but also contribute to society and have a strong role within the society in which they live. To that end, I'm going to share some of our values with you. So some of the values which underpin our mission are collegiality and inclusivity. This is both in the context of our students, our graduates, and also in the context of our staff. Ultimately, we're preparing our students for the world of work, and we strive to ensure that our students are well placed to gain employment initially, but also to be able to move their employability within the world with which we're now living. To that end, we foster a spirit of enterprise in our students, but we also cultivate a behavior set and a mindset of ethics and sustainability. We're global in our outlook, and not only do we engage with teaching and research, but we also engage with a wide variety of stakeholders across industry groupings, with our alumni, with the government in Ireland and internationally, and also within various communities. So I'm just now going to provide you with a little bit snapshot of some of our activities within the DCU Business School. Currently, we have over 3,000 students registered in the business school. While many of these are undergraduates, we also maintain a strong postgraduate student base and also some scholarly activity at PhD level. Our students come from a variety of backgrounds and nationalities, and currently we have over 60 nationalities represented within the business school. Our graduates to date are in excess of 19,000. This will exceed 20,000 in the coming months, and we have faculty. We have approximately 85 full-time faculty members within the business school. Also, to give you a little bit of an overview in relation to our research activity, we're very active, and our strong research activity is evidenced by various funding that has been achieved. We also operate a number of research centres within the business school, spanning a wide variety of areas of research and interest. And one of these research activities looks at the impact of digital and the impact of technology on business. Another looks at how businesses can, the smaller businesses can be supported. So we have a variety of activities within that domain. All of our activity ultimately contributes to not only student and graduate profiles, but we also contribute to scholarly and intellectual contributions within the research domain, and this is evidenced by our high quality publications within journals. Our third strand of activity links to our research, and at any point in time a significant number of our students are in work placements with various employers. We also engage with a variety of employers and industry leaders and host a series of events as evidenced here. In addition, we also network our students with employers and with industry and have a series of events to that end. And this year we've organised a number of events to that end, as evidenced here also. At the very bottom of our screen, we've highlighted some different accreditation activities. So the two aforementioned were our AMBA accreditation in relation to our MBA programme, and also our AACSB accreditation, which is our ranking in the top 5% of global business schools. I've also highlighted here some of the professional accounting bodies that we link in with and that have recognised our students and the profile of our students. So we have recognised here Chartered Accountants Ireland, ACCA and CIMA, all global accounting bodies, and they represent our programs and represent our students and provide various exemptions to our students, and obviously our students are placed within employment in those domains also. Moving on then, just to look more wholly at the purpose of this webinar, which is in relation to the MSc in International Accounting and Business. So this program is a new and innovative program. It effectively operates as a conversion master's program. So a conversion program means that students come from different backgrounds can effectively migrate or convert into a particular specialist domain. And in this case, that specialist domain is accounting. So this innovative partnership, or this innovative program, effectively partners accounting and business. Half of the credits on the program are accounting focused and half of the credits on the program are business focused. And the program was developed in consultation not only within the business school, not only with the professional accounting bodies, but also with a number of different business stakeholders and industry leaders. And the view very much was that accounting not only has to operate as a domain and a discipline in its own right, but also has to more actively support businesses into the future. So really has to be a partner of business and help businesses to make better decisions and to support their strategies. The program is a one-year full-time program and it runs over 3 semesters. So we'll take a closer look at that shortly. It effectively combines study for a master's degree, a level 9 award, with gaining generous exemptions from professional accounting bodies. And again, we'll take a closer look at what those exemptions are in just a minute. So ultimately, the program has a professional focus, but also has an academic focus, achieving a master's award, and in addition has an industry focus. We'll take a look at each of those arms in just a few minutes. The program has been examined and has been reviewed by a number of different stakeholders, and we have received various positive commentary to that end. And I've just highlighted one commentary here from the global professional accounting body, that is ACCA. So ACCA have highlighted that the business element of the program complements the technical components. It ensures graduates will not only have necessary technical skills, but also have professional knowledge and skills to excel in any business career. So whether our students engage with accounting, or whether they want to work in business more wholly, this program is something that will help them to achieve their goals. So we'll take a closer look now at the program itself. So in terms of the structure of the program is structured and runs over 3 semesters as highlighted here. There are 2 main arms of the program as highlighted on the previous slide. The first of these looks at the area of accounting. So here we have a number of different modules in black, which effectively examine the accounting arm. So we'll take a closer look at those shortly also. The other arm of the program examines business, and it looks at different skills and different competencies that are required for our graduates to operate within the business domain. So we can see here accounting runs over 2 semesters, and that is assessed to a large extent by terminal examination, which is required to gain professional exemptions from the professional accounting bodies. Those in red run over 2 or 3 semesters, and the main focus of assessment within these is by way of continuous assessment, again mirroring more so how students operate in the actual workplace. So taking a look firstly at the accounting arm of the program, so focusing here on the modules and the subjects that are highlighted in black. So the accounting arm of the program ultimately is focused on developing students and their ability and fostering students to prepare, analyze, interpret, and communicate accounting information, i.e. it's there to foster students' ability and competence to deal with information, largely accounting focused information, and to support their firms or their workplaces to make better decisions to that end. There are three different strands of accounting as such within the program. The first of these focuses on financial accounting. So financial accounting, for those of you who may not be aware, largely deals with information that is reported to outside stakeholders or outside users of company information. So if you were to look at a company's website and look at their various reports and their financial reports, the information that you would see portrayed here in relation to accounting comes within this arm of accounting. So ultimately, what we aim to do within the program is to develop students' understanding of financial accounting information and enable them to produce reports, to interpret reports, and to communicate different reports within this vein. The second arm of accounting that is examined on this program focuses on management accounting. And this, again, for those of you who may not be aware, this focuses on information that is used by management within the organization to better support their decisions. So ultimately, it's a wider set and a much more comprehensive set of information that is used by management, much more so than that which is reported and communicated to those outside the entity. So to this end, we hope to foster students' competence and skills to support the activities of management, both at a strategic level and also at an operational level. And the third arm within the accounting domain focuses on finance. And again, finance is very, very important, and it's an integral function within any organization. So to that end, we aim to support students to gain an understanding of the role of the finance function, and also to deal with all of the different sets of information in relation to the different decisions that are required by management. And we have a series of examples here, including investment financing, dividend policy decisions, and the like. So just in relation to our accounting arm then within the program, successful completion of the program will provide generous professional exemptions for our graduates. And what I have highlighted here are 2 different professional accounting bodies, many of you will be familiar with these bodies. So ACCA have granted 6 exemptions to students on the program, and these are highlighted here. Chartered Accountants Ireland have granted 3 subjects at Cap 1 stage. So this is a good set and a very comprehensive set of exemptions that can be achieved within a very short space of time on the program. So further details in relation to each of ACCA and Chartered Accountants Ireland are available on their respective websites. And just in relation to accounting in DCU, while this is a new program, accounting in DCU is very, very well established, and the business school has an excellent reputation in relation to accounting. So the business school has been teaching accounting for 40 years, and graduates are employed at the highest level, both in Ireland and overseas. In relation to subsequent performance, should students decide to pursue a professional accounting qualification, our graduates are consistently ranked at the top in globally recognized professional accounting exams, such as ACCA and Chartered Accountants Ireland, as we highlighted on the previous slide. For those students who undertake an accounting specialism in DCU, 95% of the graduates secure employment, largely by way of graduate contracts in pursuit of a professional accounting qualification. And the team that teaches accounting in the DCU Business School is a professionally qualified teaching team and have very strong links and very close links with the professional accounting bodies and also with accounting employers. The second arm of the program then focuses on business. And to that end, there are some key areas that have consistently emerged during our discussions with stakeholders. So these are key skills and key competences which are required in the workplace. So whether a student decides to pursue accounting or decides to work in a wider business context, these are skills that are critical to their success and the successful career paths they may pursue. So to this end, analytical skills are highlighted as very important, which is ultimately working with data, working with structured data, working with unstructured data, ultimately working through the data in support of better decision making. The second key skill that has been highlighted is consulting competence, so actually applying skills and theories and knowledge gained to real world issues. And the third set of skills is a set of management skills or a set of management competencies which individuals can grow over the course of their careers. So these are three areas that we've particularly focused on and built into the program. So we'll highlight those in just a minute. The other area of skill are meta competencies, or meta skills. So these are acquired for graduates in all areas. So whether they go on to work in business or accounting or work in different domains, these are key skills that are critical in the 21st century. So turning back then to look to see how we have employed different modules and different subjects to work on these key areas of focus and these key critical skills. So the first area of focus is an analytics module, a module entitled Data Analytics for Accounting and Business. So this helps students to engage with different tools and techniques of data analytics to support business decisions. So to develop practical skills for dealing with both structured and unstructured data. And that requires students going beyond working with Excel spreadsheets and Excel tools, but so by looking at different pieces of software and developing an understanding of all of those different pieces of software. The second key area that we've built in is looking for students to engage with real life and real world problems. So the applied research project requires students to engage in primary research to effectively solve a real life, real world problem with a live client. So this consists of students working on the application of theory to practical issues and practical situations and practical problems, and writing up their work set and their findings, both as an industry report for their client, but also as an academic piece of work to fulfill the master's requirements on the program. The third module that is key in terms of looking at skill sets for our students of the future is developing a skill set which will enable our students to be future leaders and maintain high-level management positions in their careers. So this module is entitled Next Generation Management Module, and it's a particularly innovative module. So I'm just going to highlight that on a separate slide here. So what we find is when students go for interviews and when they're seeking employment, this module is very much a key talking point and will enable students to demonstrate their skills and their competencies and their relevance to workplace issues. So the center of this module is around the aim of developing future managers who are digitally competent, who are self-aware, who can position themselves and their organizations in a wider context, who are continuously developing, who are able to work in diverse teams in a changing context. To that end, the module is focused around 4 key strands. So the 4 main themes of the program are digital, research, business and society, and personal and career development. And each student can effectively plot their own journey through this module. So around those 4 key themes, students then plot their journey. So a lot of their journey is based around activities and activity-based learning. And they can effectively lead their learning. So they select different opportunities for their own development. So these we refer to as personal opportunities development, or pods. So around each of the 4 key themes, they will select different activities, different skill sets that they wish to develop and to grow. So focused around the key themes, they have a personal development plan, mindful of their learning styles, and then they select their key activities which will help them to grow and develop in a particular direction, focusing obviously on their future career paths. So in relation to life thereafter, our students ultimately are seeking employability, and I've just highlighted here a series of employers of our graduates, the business school graduates. So some of these will be well-known global, international names, some of these will be more local names. So just to highlight, I suppose, the different employability sets within the program and within the business school. In terms of some housekeeping then in relation to the program, this is the first year we've run the program. So the program commenced on September 19. So we were very, very keen to gain some feedback from students and seek some of their experiences. So these are the key messages which have been highlighted to us to date. So students have been made feel very, very welcome in the business school. The fact there are a number of different scholarship opportunities is helping students manage their day-to-day expenses. We'll take a closer look at that in just a moment. The issue of employability and having a quality mark and having a double AACSB ranked university behind their level 9 Masters Award, again, is something that is coming through very, very strongly. And the final quote I've just taken is just in relation to employability. So students accepting job offers, and they're not yet through the 2nd semester of their program. So there's a number of different clips available on the DCU website, and I've just highlighted one here which is specific to the Masters in International Accounting and Business program. In terms then of entry requirements, so this is a question that we often get asked. The basic requirement is an upper 2nd class honours award in a level 8 program or equivalent in any discipline. So students who cannot meet those criteria will be assessed on a case-by-case basis. There are also some language requirements for non-EU students, and again, these are highlighted on the DCU web pages. I've just taken a snapshot of some of the core requirements here. So the main requirement is an IELTS requirement of 6.5 or above. And again, there's further information on the website. I'll provide the details in just a moment. Given that we're in an unprecedented scenario with the COVID-19 virus, temporary measures have also been put in place for this year only. So the Duolingo English test is now also being used as a temporary measure for the coming 2021 intake. And applicants with a minimum score of 110 will be considered for this program. So lots of further information is available on our DCU web pages. The other question that I frequently get asked is in relation to fees and scholarship. So program fees for non-EU candidates are €16,000, and there are a number of different scholarship opportunities available to students. So there are merit scholarships, and there are also some other scholarships. Again, all of these details are available on the DCU web pages. The one thing I would urge caution with is just to be mindful of the application deadlines for the various scholarships. So on this page, you have a series of links, so when the slides are shared with you, you'll be able to investigate each of these further.